Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2. Today, after finishing off this planisphere, finally, we're gonna take a step forward into the right direction of the main storyline. Because now, we don't have any kind of side quest that we actually need to do. As you can see, there's only Watch's Keep, ruling the Danese Keep, which I barely have visited at all. Restoring Kangdak's body, and collecting the fee for Aran Linvail. Chapter 1, nothing. Chapter 3, not available yet. And that's it. So now we can move forward to Aran Linvail. However, we'll be taking a slight detour in the Copper Coronet. Actually, we don't need that, do we? Because there is a merchant inside Aran Linvail's house, I just remember, that we can use to deal with that as well. So, where is it? Here. Let's go over there. Now, before we go towards the next part of the main storyline, we're going to clear one compound out, however. I just realized that something is still missing that I want to show you before we go there. But don't worry, everything will be fine after that. Wink. Anyway, time to go up here and sell our things.
I know a discerning eye when I see one.
The good has been upheld.
And sell all the wonderful spells and things that we have here. Because that will give us more money. And the money we need. Well, you can get around without a lot of cash these days. Because we have most of the things that we really need right now. However, I do like the fact that I can actually buy everything I want right now, if I so desired. Don't need these. Oh, we can't sell the demon hearts? Oh. As an adventurer, I went up to a merchant and said, "Do you want to look at my wares?" And he said, "Yes, sure, why not?" And I pulled out my 2 demon hearts and said, "Here, have these. They could be very hot wares indeed." End of story. Anyway, time to replace this one. Attack traps. And armor class bonus. I'm not too interested in that right now.
I have seen, but I saved the
Gonna sell that one. Right, and we're done with this part. Now, let's talk to Aran Linvail. Here you go. Yes. Actually, yes, here you go. 15,000 actually. Instead of 20.
Just so you be knowing, you be going to the Shadow Master Aran Linvail.
Indeed. 45,000 XP. And we get a key to Aran Linvail. More thieves! Animan. And chapter 3.
In the city of coin, but you are certain you have made a wise investment. Through Aran Linvail, you have purchased the aid of Aran Linvail, Shadow Master of Athkatla. As ominous as that may sound, you have little other choice. Already you have felt the influence of those working against your search for Irenicus.
Indeed we have. Also, cutscene. Well, kind of a cutscene.
The girl they brought in, she's a cute one, isn't she? I do believe I'll have to practice some enchantment spells on that one. Hold. What was that sound?
You too. The new prisoner. He's escaped.
What? When? Where is he?
He's in the lower... Gods, no. He comes. He's here.
I cannot be caged. I cannot be controlled. Understand this as you die, ever pathetic, ever fools.
I like the fact that he likes channeling for 6-7 seconds,
Hello, little one.
although the dude is just
You and I have a great...
turned to stone.
What are you planning?
Not to worry. Nothing worse than what I shall do to your friend.
Also, I don't understand why mages always use protection from magical weapons against the wizard. That's not going to help them at all. Because they are going to die by spells, not by their hands. Or do you see a wizard with a flaming sword in their hand and a shield and a plate armor slashing their way through? I certainly have never seen one of those kind. Anyway, time to go to the docks district. And with that I mean the temple district. Because there's one last house that I want to show you. Shouldn't take long. Because I've just remembered. Nope, that was the wrong district, you fool. Didn't want to go government.
Nothing to it.
I wanted to go temple. Because this house on the eastern side, directly above the temple, called a guarded compound here,
Very well.
has a very special place in this adventure. Because, if you remember me saying, there are only really a good few amount of katanas and ninja toes and stuff like that around, then, if you really want one kind of a katana, you should enter this house here. Although I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be easy if you're under-equipped. So you better be wary of what you do. Because once you step in, this is going to be fun. Well, not really, but kind of interesting. Let's put it like that. Because in here is Sion. And he says, well, someone has come in here. Ice storm trap. Interesting. Well, what is this place? What is it? Private property. Well, I guess so. Well, we could leave, but since we like to gamble, why don't we try the lessons? And there they go. Now you might think, well, that wasn't too hard. I'm telling you, it's gonna get a little harder than that.
Yes, yes. Am I needed?
And first off, it's time to do this. And secondly, I'd like to make sure that I'm protected against evil. The good thing is, we're quite fast with this stuff. And that should be all what we need. Now we're just gonna go a little bit ahead, not too far. Because this should trigger something. Also, oh, look! That's what happens if you barge into mages' houses. But first off, we're gonna pull back completely. Because these things are going to fight themselves for now. Because they don't like each other. And we're gonna fight this Nishru down here. Because it was wandering off guard. Now, the Glabretsu is barely hurt. The Efriti is still uninjured, so we're gonna go for the Efriti first. Since we can dispel his flame shield. And then we're gonna go for the Glabretsu. God, my tongue! I can't pronounce that name. There we go. Easy as pie. Now, before we go on, just a little reminder, the next part's gonna be quite difficult. And for that, we're gonna use Jan's spell to make us invisible. Because that's the only thing that we can do that's gonna work. Right. We're gonna move on up, and then we're gonna pause right away. Because there's one thing about this next room that you should know about, is that these rooms are trapped. And I want to make sure that I'm not dying to these traps. Right. Now we can see there is Olaf Rasmussen, there is Starman, there is Mufferan, Koshi and Sion. Now you might think, well, this is going to be an easy decision of who we want to go first on. And you would be right. Because mages are always the pain in the butt. I'm gonna pull a little bit closer. And now, since we are being detected, let's attack the mage first. And then we're gonna shoot some fireballs down here to stop the others of reaching their peers. I think he's already dead, isn't he? Yes, he is. Now we want to go on Koshi next. And Nalia is being attacked by Keta, which is very unfortunate. Okay, he's dead. Now we're gonna go on you. And you two... This is Animan, this is Keldon. I don't have the ability to, like, dispel this right now. Right. You're gonna try and attack him, perhaps you can interrupt the spell. As you just did. We're gonna res Keldon afterwards. Right, Olaf Rasmussen should be dead almost. Alright, you gonna shoot on him as well. There we go. Mufferon is next. Haste is gone. But we should be fine normally, I think. Because Draconia is pretty tough to kill. So Keta does have a lot of potions to quiff. So... she is going to, like, basically... Ooh! That was a lot of damage, folks. I don't want to die here. So I'm gonna drink a potion. And then... I'm gonna move close to him to finish him off. And now, the basic things of a thief. She attacks Animan, that's okay. Actually...
How can I help?
Do we have true sight somewhere? I don't think we have. No.
You need my skills, I see.
We don't have any possibility of, like, detecting her right now.
Just ask.
There we go. Oh, come on, really? Cloaking again. Oh, come on. She's like the most annoying kind of a thief I've ever met. I'm gonna use that horn, but it didn't really work, did it? Oh, Animan. Right. I don't have anyone to... Do I have someone to res with? That's the question. Does she have... No, she doesn't. Can I do two on the same? Yeah, possibly I could.
Yes.
Right. Time to use these on you.
You sound like Golodar.
Hopefully that'll work. Not exactly sure if it does. Well, we did hit her, so... I think we got her! Wow! That was a terrible fight. This Keta always gets me because I never think about that. Although actually that was absolutely unnecessary what it just did. I just remember because I've got a staff here of resurrection. And that was absolutely pointless too, because now I don't have anyone to res with. There we go! Animan's back. Now I think this is his gear. No, that's actually Keld's gear. Alright. I'm sorry, this is the wrong gear, Animan. Please put it down again. We're gonna find you the right equipment in a second, though. Is that his? Yeah. That's his gear. That's a little bit sad. I really thought I could do this without anyone dying here. Guess I didn't think about Keta at that point. Because Keta's really hard to kill, because she's always making herself invisible.
I pledge my service.
That can be very, very hard to deal with that. No, wrong. This one. No! Dang it! Where's your stuff, Kelden?
At your helm guides my path.
I...
Orm's name, I shall serve.
No. That was it. Like, it shows the sword first. I don't think that would be the case. Come on, Kelden. And as you can see, even perfectly geared up for this one, you can still die quite easily. So you should never underestimate your enemies, because they can be really tough to kill.
Just if that's what you want.
But most of the time, enemies are not that tough. Keta and her band here are a little bit of a unique problem, but other than that, normally they're not as tough. Especially not mages. Mages are like the easiest kind of group I can get right now, because the only thing that they can do is do protection spells for themselves. And most of the time protection spells don't work well with dispelling spells. That's a lot of good stuff they have here. If you are not equipped well enough, you can definitely pick up a lot of good items here at this point. And you should, because the more gear you have later on, the better it is for you. Now let's see if we can identify anything of this stuff. Helm of Defense is saving throws and resistances. This is another charm helm. A mace +2. A large shield +2. Don't have any other spells available. A leather armor +3. A full plate mail +1. This should be no problem to carry for Animan, basically. And this is the katana I was talking about, because it's a really good one. This is called Celestial Fury. Basically, it can cast once per day blindness. However, the combat abilities are very, very interesting. Booming Thunder. Whenever the sword strikes an opponent, save versus spells will be stunned for 1 round. Quite nice. Chance of Shocking Blow when the sword strikes an opponent, which basically says a 5% chance of additional 20 electrical damage. This sword is like insanely good for a katana. Like really, really good. Unfortunately, I don't have any points in katanas right now. I only have longsword and 2 weapon style. But this sword is like extremely good. This is just a normal katana +1. There's nothing going on with this one. And I don't have any more identification stuff lying around. 2 for you, 2 for you. Oh, that's 1 on the Leah available. I should probably be using that. But first, I want to make sure that I've picked everything up. I think I did. Good. You identify this one, please. Another full plate mail +1. Nice. Very nice indeed. Now, that's about it that we can get in here. However, I like to search the rooms for additional loot.
You know, this reminds me of that time.
And we should probably give Jan this bag. And this scroll case. And the boots. So he can run around faster. And loot all this wonderful stuff. Also, there's lots of traps still here, so you should better be wary of what you do and exactly when you do it. Because this guarded compound, as it was called on the map, is like really one of the places that you shouldn't enter without the appropriate gear. Else you will probably be quite dead. We don't need these things. That one we definitely will pick up. Oh, look, there's a secret door as well. This alcove is empty and leads nowhere. It's also good to know that they put something like this in here. But there's another secret door over here, if I remember correctly. So we can get in here. It doesn't help us to get around, because this is no door and that is no door. I'm not sure why they put it in there. Open up. And another sling. And a few books. Nothing special. However, there's still one thing I would like to show you once we're done with this part over here. I don't believe there's any... Oh, Brooding Hands. One of the most useless spells that I can get at this point. There's a special door over here again, though, that we want to enter, because here's a safe. And you know what I love? Right, money. Also there's another spear over here, and there's a spear here. And this one is of course locked. However, Jan is good enough to open this. If you train him enough. Oh. I just wanted to say, I should be done with this. I'm not sure if this one's trapped, so just gonna wait 1 second and have a look. Doesn't seem to be. How about this crate? Nope. Alright. Time to open this stuff. Okay. Perfect. You're gonna do all these things in there. I'm gonna give that back to you. One central scroll case. And we're gonna put your boots back on. Alright. Everything I wanted is done. I can now go back down. I can't rest inside this place, so that's not possible.
Yes, a standard tactic, that.
However, down here are still a few treasures that you might want to get. It's nothing out of the ordinary, basically, but you should still search all this place, especially it gives a few more experience points for all these open doors and traps and all that. Definitely useful. And a few gold pieces here and there. Also another mace that you want to pick up. Also, if you were wondering if there are more thieves in this game, like because I like to take Jan on my journeys, there is one available that you will only get for a certain amount of time, however, and that is Yoshimo. Yoshimo was one of the first characters you encounter after you fled the first part of Irenicus' dungeon, and you might want to take you with him, but the problem is he won't be there forever. Why that is? Well, I'm not going to spoil anything just yet. Just gonna say he won't be there forever. That's all I'm going to say about this. And that's that part done. I'm gonna move these already to the door. Because there's not a lot to be done here, other than searching for stuff in these rooms. There's a book. There's a book. And there's a book. Surprise. All the most valuable things are upstairs anyway. Who would have guessed that, by the way? Well, if you go by logic, though, I mean, what would be the most uncommon place to hide something? Normally, you would say in plain sight. So yeah, but no one does that, however. They always hide it in safes or hide it behind secret doors. They never would go out of their way to actually, like, try to hide things in a really difficult to find way. They always think like, well, if we put it there, no one will ever find it, of course. And then some adventurer stumbles into the door and says, hey, I'm gonna loot your place. And you will be sad that all the stuff you have is just upstairs. Because that's the most obvious place that everyone will look for. I mean, I get the sense why they want to hide it where they're closest, but it's just so standard.
Very well.
It reminds me about where we hid our keys early in the days. Like, we just put the key under the doormat. I mean, I suppose if we want to like hide it, you find a way to hide it somewhere, but seriously, who would actually go into a place and think like, well, we have to get around somewhere and we have to get in that house. Where would you hide the key to your house? I mean, I don't know if it's a standard tactic to hide it under the doormat, but I guess you could say that that's actually a place that not a lot of people would look in the first place. At least I wouldn't. Because who would think about that, right? I mean, like the key directly under the doormat. Sorry if I've been a little bit distracted about keys and doormats and hiding things, but it's just something that I never understood in these games, like, or rather in the minds of the households that we enter and loot. Like, they always hide it at the perfect spot that everyone will look for, right?
We're going to rest here, are we?
Yes, we are.
Let us away to
Again,
I am eager to express something to you that I've been
Anaman,
all day.
not now. Yes. Okay. That is true. Death around every corner. That's actually the very notion of this adventure. I do not know what the future will bring, Anaman, but I do not want you to leave me. Thank you. Now, time to sell things. Because we have a bunch of stuff in our bags here. What the... I just want to once... Thank you. Just one of these. Also, you will notice that one in our bag, in this gem bag here, is a rogue stone. I am the bridge district of Askatla. What kind of tricks are you playing on me? This is a special rogue stone that you will find in this district, in the guarded compound, that you want to keep. You cannot sell it anyway, but you want to keep it in your inventory until you later on visit the bridge district again to go to a very special place. I'm not sure how many people have found that special place when they played the game through on their own. However, this place is a very special one that you will only notice if you really look around very much. And also notice that this one is a special rogue stone. Didn't happen to me the first few times I played this game, trust me. I never noticed that at all. Oh, I can't identify here, can I? Great! That is like awesome.
gather your
So I have to go somewhere different to identify things. No, wait. I'm pretty sure I can identify here, can't I? Wait. This is the first place that we actually have access to.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Like, it doesn't have any identification? Huh. Guess not.
If that's what...
I never noticed that, actually.
Whatever you...
Probably because I always have my stuff identified before I go here. Interesting. Well, we have a few other places that we can sell these things at. Namely, the Adventurous Mart, which we shall pay a quick visit to,
Not do it.
then it seems. Also, this tip is actually not such a bad one, because that happens sometimes later on. When an improved invisible creature attacks, he becomes partially visible. You cannot target him with spells unless you dispel the invisibility. Improved invisibility, basically, as it says, you become partially visible once you attack or cast a spell or anything. And that you can't be targeted by spells, however. Meaning, no spells can damage him, or directly target him anyway. AoE spells still work.
at your service.
Ah, there we go. Identification. Boom. This is a simple Morning Star +2. And the other things are just normal things. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. And these things are plate mail, a short sword, and a battle axe. No, we don't want to buy things, we want to sell things. I'm going to keep the katana for now. I probably can't be using it for quite a while, but I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah. What would you like?
Right. And I think I'm going to end the video here. And when we come back, folks, we're going to make our way to the docks this time. Because this should finally conclude all the side things that we can do and that I want to show you. And then we're going to talk to Aran Linvail and see what he has to tell us about his story. And our main storyline as well. So, I will see you all next time.